Hey guys, welcome to the John A. McCabe Show. It's Friday, anything goes Friday. My guest unfortunately had to last minute cancellation, so looks like I'm on the show solo today, and we'll get into sort of the topics here shortly. But welcome to the John A. McCabe Show, where it's all about accelerating your authority in your business, in your field of expertise. And what we do is we help entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, experts, speakers get heard, get seen, get noticed on any device, anywhere, anytime in 100 days or less, also known as the Authority Acceleration Formula. Like I said, we had a last minute cancellation. I was scrambling to try to find some guests for today. Unfortunately, wasn't able to secure a guest for today's show. So I have just a few things that we're going to go through. So today, as I mentioned, I don't have any guests on scheduled, but what I was going to do is talk a little bit about the purpose of the actual show, it going live, and how I'm actually going to be using it in my business, and sort of going to talk about the journey that I've been on in the last 2 weeks, and sort of what's going on behind the scenes of the show as well. So a lot of times, you may have heard in the previous episodes I talk about the Authority Acceleration Formula, it being 110 100, which means for every 1 hour of content you need to do 10 hours of distribution and engagement with your audience, and you need to do that persistently over 100 days. So if you're doing 1 hour a week of content creation, you need to be doing 10 hours a week of distribution and engagement, and you need to do that consistently over the period of 100 days. So as you probably know, I'm doing 5 hours of content creation by doing these shows on a weekly basis, doing Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the Authority Acceleration Program, where we have various topics, various guests come on, and we get into sort of a lot of the entrepreneurs' journeys, what their struggles are, what they're particularly doing to accelerate their authority, some struggles, challenges that they've had, how they have overcome those. So we're really talking to people that are actually doing it in today's world. And so what I'm doing with this show is, as mentioned, I'm doing this 5 days a week. So that means I have to do at least 50 hours of content creation I'm doing 5 hours of content creation. That means 50 hours of distribution and engagement. And that's quite a bit of time. And I'm not, in a lot of the aspects, if that's all I was doing, because I am creating so much content, that it's going to be very difficult for me to keep up with that amount of engagement and that amount of distribution, while at the same time earn a living and generate money with some of the other businesses that I'm currently involved in. So what I've done is I've outsourced. I just secured a contract to have a lot of the pieces of my, not the engagement, but a lot of pieces of the distribution being taken care of. So I'm just going to break it down exactly what is going to happen with these 1 hour episodes and moving forward. So every 1 hour episode that I create is going to get transcribed. So all of the audio will get transcribed into type, and then that type will go to my team lead. And at that point in time, my team lead is going to sort of clean it up, and they're going to create 2 very unique blogs out of the content and out of the information that we talked about on those particular on that particular session. They're also going to edit the video and turn it into a video podcast, and then extract the audio from that and turn it into an audio podcast. So I'll be running 2 separate podcasts, one video and one audio, and from every single show. And then we're also going to create, there's going to be notes created from the show, from the transcription of the show. So when the videos are uploaded to YouTube, that there's the notes is filled in. All of the description of the video is filled in. Very keyword rich. A lot of information in there that's going to help generate traffic, very specific keywords, search engine optimize, and really speaking and talking to my ideal target market who I'm looking to attract by creating this session. So, and then there's also, from each 1 hour episode, there's also going to be 4 social tweets that get created. So that's step 1. So from the 1 hour content, the 1 hour show, I'm going to get all of that content created. And then I have my other outsourcers who are going to take the video and they're going to cut it into small clips. I'm starting to do some very distinctive start points within the episode itself, where I acknowledge the people, and then I reintroduce who my guest is. And every time I do that, that's going to be a single clip. So between the times that I reintroduce my guest on an ongoing basis, it's going to be a single clip. So we'll be creating those and then distributing those as well, and also creating social content that we can use to distribute those and create more engagement. And then I spend my time on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, not only following other people and interacting with them, but commenting on their stuff. And when they like my photos or like my tweets or posts, engaging into sort of building a relationship and engaging with them. So it's very time consuming because of the extent at which I'm going. I'm going sort of all in. 5 hours a week of content is a lot of content when you're using the formula that you need to 10x the amount of distribution and engagement that you're creating. So it's very time consuming, but you need to do it consistently, persistently. Does everyone have to do it at this particular level? No, you can do it just 1 hour a week of content, but make sure it's content that you can repurpose for other means, and then you spend your 10 hours repurposing that content, distributing it out through the internet world. And if you do that consistently, persistently, that's where you're going to accelerate your authority. So I've been doing this for 2 weeks straight. So already I've seen an increase in the number of people that, although it's a small increase, the Facebook page, I've done nothing to actually start a session for going after likes yet, but the Facebook page is organically grown. It's doubled, so it's just over 40 some people. I basically started with, I think, under 20. So I've done nothing to promote the page other than to send out, when I send out the graphic that what the show is going to be on, for people to go to the page, and then they'll end up liking it. But I have not entered into a specific campaign yet, a Facebook campaign for driving people to the page to like the page, which is going to be coming up in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Same with Instagram. It's just all organic right now. I've grown probably 50 plus people on Instagram just by doing nothing more than maybe one picture a day. Not using it extensively yet. I just not dedicating the amount of time that I need to, but it's organically grown, around 50 some people in the last 2 days or 2 weeks. Twitter has increased considerably, probably about 50 people as well. I started to do more engagement on Twitter. But I'm looking at getting into some automated systems that will help with following other people, finding the people that I need to be following, and then I can just focus on those people and create engagement and just dedicate a set number of hours every single day to each platform, whether it be 30 minutes on Twitter, 30 minutes on Instagram, 30 minutes on Facebook, just creating engagement for the people that I've actually started to follow or are following me. So that's your typical, to increase your social media presence dramatically, you need to be consistently, persistently on there and giving value and engaging with people. So That's part of the formula. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about sort of the purpose of, like I said, the purpose of the show is really a case study for somebody starting with no following, no social following on the show or on the webpage, and very little social following on Instagram and Twitter. And over the course of 100 days, using the formula, the 110-100 formula, what can actually take place. And a lot of the things that I'm actually doing involve, aligning myself with people of influence to help increase the social following that they have and bringing them over towards the platform as well. And by the end of the entire 100-day sort of case study, that we'll be able to document from start to finish the process, how the effectiveness of it, sort of every single week, what we did, how it affected the increase in engagement, the increase in the number of people, how it increased the authority, and at the same time, within the 100 days, we'll have two podcasts running. Both we expect to be new and noteworthy on YouTube, as well as one of the top-rated podcasts on iTunes. So we're introducing the strategies that we know for launching a podcast. Expect to have a number one best-selling book in at least 3 different countries within this, from the content that we're using here within the 100 days, and as well have in the works a digital product for what somebody can actually do, the process that they actually go through in order to duplicate what I've done, so that other people can actually take the digital course and they'll actually be able to follow exactly what I've done, and they should see very similar results. Now, they may not do as much content creation. They may not do 5 hours a week, because that's going to translate into 50 hours of distribution as well as engagement. But even if they do follow it and just do 1/5 of that, so they're doing 1 hour of content creation and 10 hours of distribution and engagement, and they do that consistently for the 100 days, they should see a dramatic increase in their authority. And all of that translates into dollars of them selling their product, their service, their coaching programs, mastermind groups, whatever it is. So that's sort of the bigger purpose of today, of the show. Like I said, last minute, I guess, sort of canceled on me. So just sort of as normal on a Friday, just winging it, talking about a whole lot of variety of topics. It's Edmonton, and for those of you who don't know, that we just recently opened up the Rogers Center, where the Oilers are going to be playing in Edmonton. I think it's an open house this week, and I'm going to try to get down and actually do a walkthrough and check out the arena and what everyone can expect. Maybe I'll take some pictures from down there and see what the experience is going to be like when I go to an Oilers game this year. So